For those of you who aren't local anglers, you'll see that from looking behind us, we're right inside Lake Worth Inlet. And right now we're chasing around after some bait.
Whoa, he's eating them, he's eating them.
There's a fairly large school of very small menhaden and filchers right in here.
Let me feed them.
Our target species today, and we won't often target species, but today we're going to try to jump a couple of tarpon. Woohoo! We've got a fairly strong idea that there's probably going to be a couple around, and the quality of the bait that we are just now acquiring should guarantee us a pretty good go. We all fish near a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We have avid fans following us around trying to get our secrets. Nothing makes the super guide any happier than trying to feed the tarpon to death. So we take netfuls at a time, nets full at a time, and see if we can't, we punish them to death, we feed them to death, so that they'll finally hit the one with the hook at it just to make us go away. As we have said in past segments, the fishermen often depend on birds to let them know what's going on. We got one bored-looking pelican up there, and we're hoping that he is no harbinger of the day. Now that the bait's been acquired, we have now located the fish. You know, we've actually never had this discussion, I think, before, but there's only three parts to fishing: location, presentation, and the part that everybody likes, which is the winding them in. Well, we have located the fish. We have just done some presentation with chum and with our bait. And we're going to continue to drift by. Now, you can see down there just off the bow of this boat down just to leeward of us that they're starting to work the baits over on the top that we've been chumming up. So give us a couple of minutes and this ought to get pretty good. It's coming up underneath the boat right here, right alongside of us. Here he comes. Here he comes up. I think you'll see him in the jump. Woohoo! I had to get out of the way of that bad boy. I thought he was coming to get me. He's coming right up here. Mr. Cameraman, watch for him. For all of those of you out there who can remember all the things we've done on this show so far, you guys just don't get out enough. He's not well hooked. Got him hooked in the maxillary. Please remember that this can actually be hazardous to your health. We had the cameraman just put his foot in the live well and very nearly got a whiplash while at the same time creating some herring pate. There you go. I'll keep his head up, I think I will. Again, a pretty little fish. See if we can't get this out and let him go. Well, he was hooked a little better than I thought he was. Nice fish. Oops, I said it again. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. You have to forgive me. Actually, the highest angler suicide rate is from lost tarpon, and not, as is commonly believed, from lost bass. Coming to you, boys. If I can get my hand back in his mouth, I'll hang on to him. Are you going to get him? Okay. I'll bring him around to you then. I'll bring him right to you. Stick your finger right down in his mouth. Now open his mouth up and get your fingers under his jaw, okay? You sure? Now there is a fish. I was going to say about 20 pounds. Get that hook for us, please. Hook comes right out because there's no meat in the mouth. Basically just bone. We just got a little remora fell on deck there. That is the, check that shoe. He's doing a number on my shoe. You got to get my shoe. Jim, get up. You got to get my shoe. Fish has made a comment here. He's made a little commentary on what he thinks of the fishing host. But that's all right. He's a sweetheart. This is why we call it real romance. We're going to let that sweetie pie go.